Testing. Keiko, can you hear?
Yes.
I can hear you also. Anything change from this afternoon?
I was doing PW lah, so
No worries.
yeah. But I did find like one interesting question.
All right. So this interesting question is a vector question. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Particularly question this one.
There's this kind of supra question. Okay, great. So rise on the PQ produce. All right. Okay. So you have point T. You have PQR. Oh, there's S lah, right? The PQR. S, no idea, but T is on RS. PQR is a line, S is not, and then RST is a line also. Okay, right. So usually I will just draw, right? Because it's drawable, it seems, and then I think it's going to be beneficial usually. So did you try to draw just roughly?
No, I haven't really attempted this.
So have you tried 1 and 2? No.
No.
Oh, then this is just I expected this because you have to do something else now. That means for tonight now, you just do one vector. Here you go, right? This is one vector. Then one APGP, the kind of financial one. One sigma, the kind of that you not so stable, and one KSP. That's the minimum. So one of each, and then the rest you can do whatever you want. Make sense?
Okay.
Right. Don't forget to draw, especially for part 3 lah, because even though it's 1 mark, I think it's probably easier if you just draw.
Oh, this is already quite hard. Okay.
And there are reasons for this. Yeah, definitely from part 1, it will be helpful to simply draw. And in your drawing, you can already assume that PQR are collinear, meaning in one line. Then I think that might help you think better. Now this is a point B, point Q, and point thing, and a vector is not a point, yeah.
That's a position vector. Like this is the vector equation of a line or something like that, right?
That looks more like plane, except for the fact that it is equal to 0, so it's very rare plane. But ignore that for now. What you haven't drawn is actually the vector position itself. You might want that. So the small p, the small q, and the small r, which you will need O. No. That's wrong. Where's your O? I mean, it's random lah, but draw on O. Now, you are assuming that O is collinear with PQR. That's not a good assumption. O does not have to be, okay, that's a better assumption. So therefore, the P, the Q, and the R, not the points, yeah, but the vector, the position vector are definitely not collinear. Yeah. You see, I think just now you have an unusual assumption because it unusually happens if the O is collinear to PQR. This is a much better assumption. Okay, a much better assumption. Now, what he's claiming in alpha, P, beta, Q, and R is not so much of a point. That is a point. That's a plane. That can be a plane, right? Except that we know that PQR is not a plane because PQR is collinear, except for that. Now, let's not consider this a plane. Let's not consider it a plane. Maybe it's more like a line. Okay, so fair enough, because obviously, again, this is a line. Now, what does this mean to you? Is there anything you can gather from this besides it being a line? You can also look at this also, or combine it also. So either you combine it with this, or combine it with this, or three of them together. They are not very difficult to combine. I would think so. Okay, Yang Kin, I can see you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
All right, wonderful. Okay. Wait, Kiko, wait. These are scalar, right? So scalar here, right? Scalar here, correct?
Oh, okay.
These are vector here and vector there. Now, this may sound weird, but zero vector is not equal to zero scalar.
So like displacement versus distance, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like not one has direction, one has no direction.
Yeah. So this no direction simply means that the length is zero, right? So the size of something is zero, right? So fair, but I mean it's scalar. But here, there is a direction situation that is not accounted for. So again, meaning to say this and this, you cannot equate them just like that. Cannot. Even if you don't understand me yet, please consider that they are different and therefore you cannot just equate them. So when I say combine them, I mean it in a slightly different way. I do mean it in a slightly different way. Okay, I'll put this as a big question mark first, right? I'll put it there as a big question mark first. Or I'll put it another way. Maybe. If I put this as +2, right? And then this will be +1 of a certain length, right?
Yes.
I cannot, if I put this as 2 gamma, 2 r, the result is a vector. That this shows the difference in the nature of the equation. One is a vector equation, one is a scalar equation. You cannot again just combine them like that.
Okay.
This is rarely discussed. Oh yeah, this is rarely discussed, isn't it? They just told you that there's such thing as a zero vector. Right. Okay, give me the benefit of doubt first, and I'll give you a little bit of hint of how I think you can combine. So remember, this is scalar. Now, vector has a scalar situation, right? For example, here's the scalar situation attached to a vector. Correct?
Yeah.
Maybe you can combine this into the scalar side of things. Maybe that is a better way of doing it. Maybe. I'm guessing that's a better start. Right? Again, the scalarness of the equation here, you may want to use it here or here, you know, maybe.
Oh, okay. So sub in. Right.
That might be good, I'm guessing.
Something like that.
Yeah. Let's see where that leads us, because that's also using, right? That's also considered using the second equation. So that's good. You know, let's prefer this compared to what you did originally.
Oh yeah, by the way, the zero here, is it like the physics?
Yeah, the physics
Oh.
start equals to n. Start equals to n. Yes, it's exactly that.
Okay.
Which is therefore, you would like to combine this new equation with the graphical information, because in physics, they ask you to draw every time. Because it is graphical, because graphical tells you the length and the direction at the same time, kind of ish. Right? Now you can manipulate if you so wish, and then look at this, and maybe you get some inspiration, kind of. Yeah. I'm being very vague. Yankin, so all right, what's going on?
Well, I went for tuition, then after that from here now.
Yeah. So you had the video, yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turning on your video, yeah. So how was the physics tuition, right? Just now, right? The long one, right? Is it according to your expectation? Is it even better? How is it?
Yeah, it was e-field, I guess. It's just provisional. It went all right, I think.
Right. So given that that's your only time to revise E-field and G-field, like just one packet, is it significant? Yes.
Well, it's better than nothing. But I'm not sure I'd call it.
Right. Given the time you have left, I mean, it's a complex subject, yeah, with a lot of marks. So, but that's not what you're focusing on. You're just focusing on being better, right, after prelim. And hopefully, after prelim, you can still address them, right? Hopefully.
Okay.
Right. So now we're back to math. Today you're still doing binomial. Am I correct?
I supposed to move on to hypothesis, but I haven't even.
Correct.
I think I just one question for binomial. I never answered the question from.
I did send you one.
Oh, you did? I did not.
I did one.
Okay. Sorry.
I did send you this, and I did ask you a question, but focus on the answer first. Focus on the answer first. So I was trying to understand the question. I think I understood it finally, so I can give you this answer. So let's see how it works.
Binom CF one. What is 1n? 1n. Let me go to this. So 0 and 2/5 and 1 and 2/5.
Try using the the formula.
Yeah,
right?
but if I want to express the if I want to express it with like not with the GC form, but in like I don't know what you call it.
Here. I told you specifically that 2/5 is the true, right?
Yeah.
Or the yes or the even The 3/5 is the wrong right? They call the 2/5 the P. They call the 3/5 the Q. Is that your question?
No, my question was that when I'm forming the equation for binom CDF, right? Does the true come at 0, like, or is it the wrong?
You have no idea based on you have no idea really.
Is it wrong?
Okay, like this. This is not even meant to be memorized. This is meant to be PNC. It's meant to be a continuation from PNC, right? Okay, so like this. Out of n times, right? Out of n trials. Now let's put a number for n, so it's easier, right? Let's put a number for n, even though it's wrong. 8. Okay. Out of 8 tries, 0 even, all odd. correct?
So
That's what it means. Huh?
yeah.
So what is 3/5 is power what? And 2/5 is power what? Based on probability.
3/5 is power n, then 2/5 is power 0.
Yeah. And then you have the additional combination in front. But that's it. Look. Is that your question?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That makes sense. And I want you to remember it that way. Always useful.
Yeah, all right.
Right? Okay.
I'm worried it will only make sense here. And like...
No, it makes sense every time. You use the calculator too much. And in the sense that you don't use this too often. The calculator doesn't require you to think this part, right?
Not really.
Like that, look.
This is 2/5 and no, it is 2/5, 2/5 1.
Yeah, 1. Yes. And 3/5. Yep. Just like your old binomial, right? Just like that.
Okay.
Maybe you should equal to 0.01, but if you so wish to, if you don't like the inequalities. But if you're comfortable with it, that's fine.
I think it'll be fine.
Okay. So you have rearranged everything equal. Good. Yeah. Oh, got it. Got it. So doesn't seem like you need the graph, but just in case, right? Just in case.
It does have to visualize the graph.
I think visualizing is just a psychological benefit. And plus you may need it for part 2 and part 3, who knows, right? This is the situation. So it's good to know the situation kind of. Because you did imagine it wrongly, if you think about it just now.
Yeah.
Right? Which is not good. Which is not good. Okay, situation number 1, and then situation number 2. Yeah, definitely. I think part 2 will benefit from the graph. If you can do it without, that's great. But no harm. All right, got it. Yep. So the ratio, whatever the what ratio method. Looking good. That's a minus, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Right, looking great. Nothing fancy. Part 3.
How can n be a negative?
3 is the geometrical interpretation one.
Which geometrical means shape, right? Geometry.
Yeah.
Which the shape is probably available in front of you because you have drawn, I think, an appropriate shape that might help you in some way. Yes, Yan Kin. Now, what's your struggle here? What's your struggle?
The value I got for n is negative.
Yan Kin, what's your struggle?
The value I got for n was negative, so I'm using the graph, right?
As in you putting in GC, right? Correct. N as a variable, right? Okay, great. So all this equal to 0.01, right?
Or less than 0.01, but yeah, pretty much.
Can I see how you put it? Just checking. In the GC. Yeah. So x, yeah. And the second part is, what's that second part? Why is that second part looking so weird? Why does
It's
it look?
2/5 times n, 2/5 times n, 2/5 times n times 3/5 to the power of n minus 1.
Oh, because n combinatorial one is x lah. Yeah, correct. N equals n. That's a multiplication. Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be wrong. Like the intersection, you're talking about the intersection at the behind part, right? But maybe
Yeah.
there's an intersection in front, maybe.
I don't know how far I should go. Maybe
I also don't
very
know.
long.
You have to be able to manipulate your graphing calculator, like increase the scale or just make a guess, you know. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. This is important skill.
Okay. Oh, there's an intersection here.
Surprise, surprise, right? Surprise, surprise.
13.52. So that means
Okay, all right. Okay. So you have to write down, if you're writing an equal sign here, then you can write down 13.5 first. I think that's a benefit presentation wise, I think. So according to GC, right? According to GC, n is 13.5, right? Then you now stop, breathe, and think. Okay, so will this be 14 or 13?
So the least n would be, it has to be 14, right? Because I don't know, I don't think you can just, if you round down, then it'll round down, there'll be more than 0.01 already.
According to what do you say that? According to what?
Okay, so here's 13, right? So this is the intersection. So if I go,
very good.
if I go this way, then it'll be higher than 0.
Very good. Thank you. You are basing your answer on the right thing, the graph lah, the graph. Because other graphs will do a different thing, right?
Mm.
Good. I agree with you. I think the answer is 14 lah.
All right.
Right. So kindly check, yeah. So you're taking GC yourself, great. The way you don't know how to write the binom PDF, I don't like, but hopefully you'll remember now. So Keiko, how are things so far?
Okay, the numerator is supposed to be an angle, right? Then I guess the absolute means that it's a cube.
The numerator. Sorry, I was talking about part 3 or part 4. Sorry.
Part 3.
Right. So RP dot, there's RP, yeah, nice. Dot RS, okay, great. And that will be a number, right? RP dot product RS is a number, right?
Wait, dot product always gives a scalar, right?
Yeah, a number or a scalar, right? Which shows you how close they are to being aligned. So the closer they are to being aligned, the number is greater. The closer they are to be 90 degree, they are closer to 0. That's the meaning of the number. So let me just tell you a bit of that, right? Since you're still since you have time to learn. So let's say this vector length is 3. Let's say the length is 3, right?
Okay.
And let's say the length of this other vector is 2, let's say, right? So I'll call this vector A and vector B. Now, if the vector A and vector B is precisely 180, then A dot B is going to be exactly 6 or minus 6. It depends on the direction of the vector. The point is it is 6. Look.
Okay.
So that will be the maximum value of a dot product. It will be just simply the length times the length, right? You will see that in the formula, so to say, it's length A, length B cosine the angle, right? Cosine the angle. But visually, that's what it means. The minimum value is 0. When it is 0, then you will see it as like that. Look. That's the dot product meaning of things. The cross product meaning of things is the exact opposite, simply put. So the cross product meaning is exactly the area they form. See, the area they form when it is perpendicular is the maximum 6. When it is perpendicular, the area therefore is exactly 0. So there's a visual meaning to the dot and cross product, because again, vector has always been a visual concept first and foremost.
Okay.
So just saying that, right? So not that it is important here, because we don't even know the length. I'm not saying that that's important. I'm just saying that, okay, that's what it means. So this guy dot this guy, okay lah, whatever lah, yeah. So they are a bit open and everything, and then
But then if they absolute it, right, that means they're trying to make it acute, right? Because it can be a negative value, then it's obtuse already.
Correct. So don't know why they do that, but negative can be. So in this case, I think it will be negative, because a positive value is the one that is less than 90, right? So when they are on the same direction, so to speak. So like -6 is when they are totally opposite, and +6 is when they are totally in line in terms of direction. So you're right to say that this will be a negative, and then they choose to see it as a positive. Okay, but just remember that they are originally negative, I think lah. Just saying lah, right? Okay. But you can just draw S like that also, because your S is random.
Yeah.
You could have drawn that, and then, oh, it's acute. Oh, okay. So, I mean, okay lah. So we understand it that way. Simply, if it's negative, just make it positive. Now, doesn't mean that the absolute means it is acute. No, it means that whether acute or obtuse, it just consider it positive. That's all it means, right now. So again, it doesn't mean that it is acute. Right? And then over the length of RS itself. Over the length of RS. So what does that supposed to mean? Because I recognize this from the projection. You should have recognized this from the projection thing. The projection, which is not the plain one that you told me, but the more original starting projection formula. This looks a lot like that one. If you have no idea what I'm telling you, look at your lecture note. On the first time they talk about projection, this really looks like that. Okay, Yankin, new question for you?
Yeah, no, I'm just making, I think about the answers here as well. That's fine.
So you mean the 14 is wrong? Sorry.
No, the new question.
Oh, right. So go ahead. Yeah, okay. Go
ahead. I was supposed to do it more is the line.
So where is that?
I was supposed to do
yeah. Okay. Look at it. So look at that. Look at the Pn is called the projection of B onto D, right? Okay. And then given by a formula B dot D, right? B dot D, B vector dot D vector times the U. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the length of projection first. The guy on top. Look at the guy on top. The guy on top is the length of projection of B onto D is B vector dot D unit vector. D unit vector.
Yeah.
Don't ring a bell. That doesn't ring a bell. That doesn't ring a bell here. No. This RS divided by this is the RS unit vector. This is RS unit vector. That's basically this is basically RP,
right? Okay.
RP dot RS unit.
I see.
Yeah. Ta-da.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a certain gap here. I'm not sure why it never show up until now. Maybe the question never bother using this, but this is, just take it as a gap that you want. So I think there isn't much like you can just interpret it using this is the length of projection of this guy onto that guy, right? So is this the length of projection of the RP onto RS or the RS onto RP? Which one?
RP onto RS.
Right. Now, visually, remember, visually, I always ask you to imagine visually. It means that it is a shadow of RP, correct?
Yeah.
A shadow of RP on the RS direction. So that means the shadow will be on the RS direction, right? The RP shadow will fall onto the RS direction. There. This is the thing that we're talking about. That's the shadow. There's the shadow. That's the shadow of RP onto the RS direction.
Okay.
If I flip it the other way, where's the shadow of RS on the RP direction? Where's that? There's RS, and then you shadow the RS onto the RP. That's wrong. No. Let's assume that the RS is here, right? Let's assume that they are attached n by n, and that's all fine. So shadow him onto RP. RP is the street, the horizontal street of our Earth, and then RS is some sort of slantedness. Now this is correct if the sun is shining here, but the sun is always at 12 p.m. shining onto the Earth. The sun is always at 12 p.m. shining onto the Earth. Where's the Earth? The Earth is the RP in this case. This is the Earth. This is the sun shining 90 degrees. Boom. 12 p.m. Yeah, you can spin it. Yeah, I like the way you spin. Yep. That's the sun shining, forming the shadow. Where's the shadow? The shadow would be that guy. Yeah. Why the heck is that important? It's important in the line or plane questions. But there you go. There you go. Now, the question, this one, the geometrical impression is the first shadow. That's the first shadow, not yours, the second shadow.
Yeah.
So give it your best try to proper English.
Okay, but if I see fraction,
yes.
then
You see what? Sorry, fraction. What?
like cause it's very weird to see a fraction in vectors. Right? Like my teacher also say we cannot divide a vector by a vector. So if I happen to see
you cannot. But this is vector divided by scalar.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Unit vector. Especially the fact that it is unit vector is what draws attention to me. I noticed that the top is RS, the bottom is RS. That's actually what is drawing the attention to my side. Because I am sensitive to unit vectors. I use them a lot.
I see.
I noticed that you don't, but we're learning. Yes, there is no division of vector by vector because it doesn't seem to make sense visually.
I had a question for.
Where is it? Where did you put it somewhere?
Page
Wonderful.
5.
Blah 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 blah. Okay, sure. Underweight. Underweight. Okay. Okay, so part one is part one. On the average, the proportion of people in the village who are underweight is P. Oh, sure. All right, that's a fraction. P is a fraction, right? It is known that the mode of X is 2. So any idea what's a mode? Just as asking.
I looked it up and they said what the number that occurs most frequently.
Modus lah, modus lah. Back then from E-math O level, the mean, the modus, and the median lah. Right. So modus is simply the one with the highest frequency. Simply put lah, right?
Okay.
So for some reason, they tell you that the highest frequency is X equals to 2. That's
so 2 people out of the 5 that are underweight. That's the one that occurs most frequently.
Yeah. So the one with the highest probability,
Okay.
Right. Among the other PDF lah, there's always PDF 0, PDF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's PDF 1, PDF 2, PDF 3, PDF 4, right? So yeah, I mean, what can you do then?
I've never used mode for.
I know. I've never used that also. I've never, this is new to me, but in binomial, we can, like the discrete random variable. I mean, binomial is very similar to discrete random variable, right?
Yeah.
Like in the sense that you can, if you want to construct a table, maybe we'll start from that. like you're clearly still revising. Like the fact that you are still revising your binom PDF just now, the formula, definitely means that you need to revise this topic. So this is not something great near exam, and yet you still need to revise. So revise if you so wish. Then revise properly.
What do
Spend
I?
time. So I mean, what's by well, maybe I put it this way. Maybe I put it this way. They even give us the answer here, right? Like P is smaller than half, greater than 1/3, right? They even give us that answer key. We cannot use the we cannot use half, we cannot use 1/3. But we are trying to think for ourselves here. So nothing stops us from actually using half. Just to get an insight of how the question works. So why don't you assume that P is half? So 50% of the people in the village is underweight. Oh, that's very sad. But let's use that and see what happened to the probability of X. From X equals to 2. Sorry.
Well, if 50% of them are underweight, that means it would lie somewhere.
You are not thinking. I'm not asking you to guess. I guess. Well, you can, I guess, say that it lies between 2 and 3. I guess you can say that for half. Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, nice. That's where P is half. So I guess you can say that. Where's your 0? Doesn't 0 count, right? I suppose you're saying that the probability of 2 and 3 is the same. That's basically what you're saying. So the mode must be in the middle. I think that's what you're saying here.
Yeah. So
would you like to try? See your binom CDF 2 and your binom CDF 3 when P is half. Are they the same or not?
Give me a second.
Use the formula. Not the calculator. You need to practice your formula quickly.
So underweight would be half.
Yeah, there's a binom CDF 2. And it's 2. It's 2 already. It's 2.
Half n minus 2 and half 2. So times half the power of 2. And then there are how many? There are 5.
Sorry. Let me confirm, because this is half and half, right? Which half is the underweight and which half is the not underweight? Can you show me?
This half is the underweight. This half is not.
Yeah. Great. Now, why is there a P in your answer? Why is P minus 2? Right? Why is that? And why is there an N?
Oh, it's 5 minus 2. My God.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes. So put it as 3 correct. Then you have the NC2, I think. NC 5(2) 5C2 right? All right, great. So whatever that is this equal? Yeah. So okay.
So 10 times half cube is 1/8 times half squared, which is 1/4. So it's 5/16.
Okay. So whatever that is, 5/16. All right. Okay.
So
then
here,
how about 3? Right. Right. Already looking very similar, right?
Yeah, 5C3
is equal to 5C2, right? Yeah, 5C3 is equal to 5C2. Okay, then you guessed correctly, isn't it? Oh, because the probability of 2 and 3 is the same and they are very high, right? In comparison to the rest, then the mode, I think, lies in the middle, right? So 2.5 sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good, right? So that is the meaning of P equals to half. So I guess that is making some sense because it's next to 2, right? Nothing stops you from using 1/3, right? Just to get an insight of the thing.
So 1/3 P would mean let me think. So it will be, make sure 1/3 of success and 1/3 of failure. 2/3 of failure.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
one
1/3 will be power something, and 2/3 will be power the other
actually,
something lah.
yeah. So 1/3,
Right.
1/3 power 2,
Oh, this is CDF2, okay, right. And then 2/3
2/3
power
power
3, right?
3,
And then 5C2 lah, right? Okay, which is something,
2/3 power
right?
2 is 19 times, I don't know, 2/3 power 3 is. Times 5C2 is this.
All right, very strange number, right? Then,
So next is 1/3 power 3, 2/3 power 2,
right, which is obviously not the same. Is 5C,
I counted. So 19 cube is
yeah,
81. 2/3 squared is 5C3 is the same. Yeah, 40 over 729.
Now, obviously, this is not a convenient conclusion to the other one. So where does the mode lie? When you do this too, you cannot see it clearly, right? You cannot see it clearly, right? So that's why I say construct a table, because if you do the full calculation, then you know where the mode lies. Correct or not? So you just do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just binom CDF everything, and then you see where the biggest probability is lah. So this one belongs to the 2, that one belongs to the 3, and it is probably easier if you just equate the denominator lah, probably, right? So I think the 2 is 120 lah, 120 over 729, I think. Hey, 240 over 729. Yep.
Let me think. So 729 divided by
243.
is 3, so 80 times 3. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's better to just, make it the same right now lah, right? Okay, because you're just trying to see what's going on here. Right, then, do 1, do 0, la 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 la. Right.
So that'll be 1/3 1.
At this point, I think you can just use your calculator to recognize the pattern already, right? So okay, quite quick, quite quick.
Okay, so that's 5 probability of 1/3.
Sorry, Keiko, was that done? Oh, it's done.
I'm not. Is it length though? Because of the absolute.
Yeah. Remember the visual meaning of a cross product is the area of the rectangle form, right? This thing.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Yeah,
I was
but-
talking about part 3. Length of
Okay.
projection.
What do you think? Because look, the top one is a number, the bottom one is a number. Number over number is a number.
Okay.
So it must be, in this case, the length of the projection of la 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 or la la la.
Okay, then for part 4, right, in the form that they gave, it's something minus something, right? But then the one that I got is like minus plus plus. So can I just take out the minus like that? Because I know scalar.
Oh, can.
Okay.
Scalar is manipulated just as a scalar all the time in vector. You can. And the minus 130 is
so this should be.
gamma. Yeah, looks good to me. Looks good. I mean, the general method looks good lah. Is it fully correct? It depends on our careless mistake or not lah. But in general method, definitely good lah.
I'm surprised I managed to do this.
Maybe a sign of growth. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So would you say that the graph? Just a minute. Sorry. Would you say that the graph helps you or not?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Oh, wonderful, Yankin. Right. Right. So the table helps you, Yankin. The graph helps you, Keiko. I think more psychologically than actually solving it. But psychological advantage is important, yeah.
Oh, somewhere here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere there, right? Yeah. Now you can see, because the 1 and the 2 is the same, right? For some reason, then it's very easy to see. Yeah. So
the mode for half is here, and the mode for
and then 1/3 is there. So if the P lies between them, then the mode is at 2 lah. Voila. Voila. This is the worst but hopefully acceptable way to answer the question. because it takes a long time. And it's using the answer key somewhat. So a bit of a no here, but at least you understand, right? At least you understand.
Okay.
And you are practicing your binom CDF at the same time, which I was very uncomfortable that you don't know. Are you feeling better right now?
I think so, yeah.
Good, wonderful. Right, and the table, I hope it's not something weird to you. Of course, this is easy to construct. So why didn't you do this more often? Because you have a shortcut called binom CDF. Lah.
Yeah, I guess.
Correct. That's the reason why. But don't forget your binom PDF.
All right.
Right. So moving on to the next question. Right. So Keiko, time spent, but hopefully then you are doing a sigma question. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, which reminds me that I owe you a sigma question, I think, and I haven't solved it.
Really?
I don't think I have. Yeah, I did owe you that. I haven't solved it. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So if you'd like to move on, unless you want to make a summary, Yakin.
Yeah, I think I'll move on. Let me look for questions. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So 361. X. Px at most, so at most means less than or equals to. So this means I need to do the equation, right? How can I?
I'm sorry, because I don't know what the question is.
Oh no, I'm speaking to myself. I think.
Oh, sure. Wonderful.
Sure.
Wonderful. Please do so.
I don't see if there's one house.
So that's a standard way of doing things. Yeah. Oh, I mean, they did ask you for partial fraction. Great. Now, Kiko, just checking. Partial fraction is fraught with human errors. Do you make errors in partial fraction? Minus
Usually,
error.
no.
Right.
I don't really use this method though until like A levels. Like
So
in
what-
O level, I will explain everything. So
Hayo. But you didn't make a mistake back then.
not really. No.
Oh, I mean, you are good at tedious stuff, huh? I mean,
1 minus.
I guess that's an advantage. Now with Kyoko, I have to present the method to confirm lah, so that if there is a mistake, she can catch it. So to each their own needs lah. Yeah. If you don't need that method, then feel free to do so. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you have a nice 1, 3, and 0. Okay.
I see. Okay, I just made a mistake.
Plus. 1 minus 8.
For some strange reason. Oh, right. Yeah. So when something happened on my side, that happens on your side. I think your Google Drive is full.
Oh, what?
That's what it means. That's what it means. I don't think it's because of Jamboard. Must be because other files. Usually your Google Drive is consumed largely by your school files. Very
Yeah,
largely.
but if I delete,
Not
right.
PDFs. PDF doesn't matter. Videos though consume a lot.
but if I delete, would that like
You can
fill storage?
you can download. I'm not sure whether you can delete, but you can download the ones that are not shared with you.
Not shared with me.
Yeah, the ones that are shared with you, I don't think takes up space. Again, I might be wrong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, currently I cannot even view your Jamboard because of it. That's so
no.
weird.
Okay.
Okay, now we can, but we cannot do anything to, so it
Okay,
becomes useless. So, sure thing. Let's solve it later. Huh? Solve it later.
Oh.
Oh dear, that means we cannot communicate using Jamboard. Hope it's fine. Huh? So you
Wait,
MOD everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another account site.
Oh, the C was wrong just now.
Yeah, my C and B are wrong. Okay, I think I'll try using another account.
Sorry, what's your B? Is your B -3 or 3?
Should be -3.
That means your MOD was wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So just check it. Because that influenced the MOD much.
Yeah. Or I can't even edit with another account. So.
That's so weird. The other account uses the same Gmail account.
No, it's a different Gmail. This is my school's Gmail. Then can I make
that's so weird. Okay, I don't think the same thing happens with Yankee. Yeah. So it's not my G Drive problem. Yeah, it's not.
Is ARETI
trainer, so trainer, and then 01 at gmail.com. I don't think you need the Gmail. Wait, I don't know. That's right. Are you sure? Yes. Right. So I'll go to that while copy pasting from your last page. So you are sharing with me something else, which is the untitled E, which I can now put here, right? So I've put your last working here. I think you still need to do correction.
Okay.
Okay. So they're not writings. They're not writings.
Okay.
It's just a section. Are you okay, Yanke?
Give me a sec. I might need
Sure.
help with this.
Right, but I need the question.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me get it. I only need one part, but it's a long part. second. I'll put it on page 6.
Okay, go shape the glass stone. Sure, 361. Sure, piece of fraction. Right, so 2 marks for that. Part 2 is sure, right. Box is deemed to be inferior cost. So you have the P, right? Okay, good. You have the P. Right, so part 3. Then now, in each week, distributor purchase 50. So you're comfortable with part 3, yeah? Because that's the next binomial, so a different binomial, correct? Yeah. You seem to be. So it's no longer the P, but yeah. So yeah, you look comfortable with that. Sure thing, no problem. Because a very common thing. Now each week, distribute 50 batches of glass stone. What does batch mean? Oh, there is another binomial here, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Right. It seems like that, right? So batch is 20, right? Then a batch will be rejected, contains more than 5 boxes.
More than 5 I found in the previous part.
5. Did you? Oh yeah, more than 5 boxes. Yeah, good. So you have that probability already, right? The new probability. All right. So then there's some other money stuff, right? The distributor will receive a compensation. Yeah. The distributor is being compensated, of course, right? So instead of rejecting, which is sending back, he will just be sended money, right? And then first 20 weeks of a year and for the remaining. So for some reason, you are compensated more, the remaining.
Yeah, I don't know. My issue is I don't know how to factor in the money into the binomial. Is it just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean no. I mean, how do I explain without spoiling it? Okay, first thing first, your reading comprehension clear?
I think so. I think there's another layer with the weeks, but
yeah.
So
let me point first that each week, right? Each week.
Yeah.
Each week, 50 batches, right?
Okay.
Why don't you just do for each week? That's the most I can do for you already. Do for each week. What happens each week? When every time each week a distributor purchase 50 batches, right, of this. So
so there'll be each week there's a 0.00923 chance that they'll get a compensation. So that means,
what nonsense are you talking about?
Sorry, is it?
What nonsense are you talking about?
Wait, the 0.00923 is that?
That's a 0.9%, right? The 0.9% is the probability of, in a batch of 20 box, there are more than 5.
More than 5.
So that means the probability of rejecting a batch, one batch, which is 20 box. The rejection is based on 5 box or more. And no, 6 box or more than 5, whatever, more than 5. If you think that's what happened when they purchase 50 batches, then you are absolutely wrong. What are you talking about?
Oh, that means
what are you talking about?
The probability that they'll reject more than the probability that they reject more than 5.
Are you talking about box or batches here?
In the batch to
that's from part 3 like you said, that's from part 3, right?
So this is the probability that one batch will have
this is a binomial. This is the binomial, the new binomial, right?
Yeah.
The new binomial, which talks about 50 batches, and each batch has a 0.9% rejection rate.
So 0.9 rejection rate. So 0.9 rejection rate, that means 0.9 chance of
rejecting each batch. Your reading comprehension is good, right?
So that means in a week, there's a 0.9 chance that they'll get back color compensation.
If they purchase one batch,
If they purchase one batch, let me think.
no, let you read.
Receive a compensation of $10 for each rejected batch. So there are 50 batches. Okay, so that's not the. So I can't just relate the 0.9 to the $10 immediately. So 50 batches. There's 0.9 chance that it will be rejected.
You're not making any sense. Your reading comprehension got problem. Admittedly, it's not easy to understand, but your reading comprehension got problem. You don't understand the situation, basically.
Wait a minute. So does this mean it's not in a box of 20, there are more than 5 boxes. There's more than 5 boxes of inferior quality. That's what I found. So that means I need to multiply the probability by 50. Okay.
Seriously, isn't it? Seriously, right? Seriously.
Really, it's not?
Oh goodness.
I don't think I can do that, but
Yeah,
no.
so don't lah. So don't know. You have a reading problem.
What am I talking about here?
You don't understand the situation.
Let me think.
Would it be easier if you draw something?
What would I draw?
I don't mean table. I mean, it seems that the box, the box batch, 50 batch is confusing you. I think that I would find it confusing for a while. I have to read a little bit more. Oh, and then I'm sure of it. Fair enough. Maybe drawing will help. I don't know. Draw in a way that help you understand. I don't know how to explain that though. But try to understand the question. Keiko, are you okay? So yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you're doing the MOD, right? Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. So there's this, there's that, and you did found it. Yep. And then the A is equal to 1. That's just nice and dandy. So you are at part 2, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Which is part
The limits.
which is going to be the changing of the limit again, which still not friend with this thing, right? Still not, right?
What?
Are you friend or not friend with this thing?
Not yet.
Not yet? Yeah. So following my suggestion to lessen the confusion, because that helps, just pretend that the part 2, everything is S first, so that it doesn't confuse the R from the bottom and the R on top. Just pretend that everything is S for this guy. Just pretend everything is S. So S equals to 0. Then you will have hopefully some comparison with the guy on top.
Then I express it as like that.
1 of S plus 1, S plus 2, and S plus 3. Right? So this is So the thing in part 2 is everything is S . Okay. So this is a clear difference from part 1. There are similarity, but there are differences . So time for us to figure out the connection between them. So Yankin, what I see is that I think you are drawing one batch. One batch contains 20 boxes, right?
Yeah.
So the probability of that one batch is being rejected is 0.9%. One batch. 0.9% is not big. Just saying. Just saying, right? Correct?
Yeah.
There's a lot of boxes inside. It doesn't matter. Rejecting this one batch has a low chance. There is a chance lah, but there's a low chance of rejecting that one batch. So I suppose as a distributor, are you happy if the batch is rejected by you, or you are not happy?
Not happy.
Think carefully. Why are you not happy? Like, let's think about the realistic situation of the distributor here.
Because despite having low chance, it still happened. I mean,
Despite what? Sorry, despite what?
despite having low chance, it still happened lah. So
True. So why are you unhappy when it happens as a distributor?
I mean, don't want to be rejected, right?
I know. Why don't you want to be rejected? Do you know what a distributor do?
Make money from distribution.
Which is to say, if this batch is rejected, what happened?
They are not making money.
Wrong. Actually, no. They will unpack the batch, right? There will be 20 boxes inside.
Yeah.
They can still sell the boxes which are good, but it will be less lah. Correct or not? Just saying that's the reality of the situation. So just saying it's a real thing. I unpack, I expect 20 good boxes. That's not going to happen. Maybe there's one box cannot sell. Maybe 2 boxes cannot sell because of the shipping.
Okay.
Right? So when the rejection of the batch happen, this is more than 5 boxes. So I'm already cannot selling 5 boxes. But now I cannot sell 6 boxes. I want compensation. $10. Because of all the time and effort for me to simply inspect the box, that's already time. Now I can only sell 14 boxes or 13 boxes. I'm unhappy. I could make more money when selling 1 box, right? More than $10. I assume lah. I would assume that. That's how the thing lah. So I think it's fair to compensate for the factory will compensate the distributor. I'm sorry, you lose some sales lah. So let me compensate a little bit. Okay, let's keep our relationship, fair and happy. That's the situation, right? Fair enough, right? So why would the distributor purchase every week 50 batch? Do you know how many boxes is that?
1,000.
Yeah, that's 100. A lot, right? So the 1,000 box, 1,100. Which one?
100.
Oh, you bloody nonsense, right? You're just nonsense, right? You're really a bloody nonsense. Right?
It's 2 zeros at a 10, sorry, 1,000.
Yeah, like 5 times 20 is 100. 50 times 20 is 1,000. So the distributor is purchasing 1,000 boxes. There will be rejects in the individual boxes, but I don't want to look at it as boxes. I just look at it as batch. Simple, huh? I just look at a batch. Okay, so I'm purchasing 50 of this 20 box. I call it one batch. It comes in a crate. You have seen the shipping crate?
I guess,
20 boxes, right? 20 boxes. One shipping crate contains 20. So sometimes 0.9%, I tell the factory, alamak, your crate lousy lah. This one lousy. If I purchase 50 batches, even though there's a low chance, 0.9 per crate, after I purchase some, I will get some rejects, right? I will get the rejects. Then I will get my compensation. So if I purchase 50, which you imagine is a lot, right? It is a lot, isn't it? Right? So is how many crate in average will I reject?
How many crates will you reject in 50?
If I buy 50. If I buy 1, 0.9%. If I buy 2?
If you buy 2, there will be 0.9% squared.
The chance is lower. You are a bloody nonsense.
Oh no, it's high. It's higher, but
you really are really.
Yeah.
You're really there's no point studying statistics, isn't it? There's no point studying probability. Like binomial is probability. Think about it. There's no point in studying probability, isn't it? You say, okay, if I buy 2, the chance is instantly lowered. I'll buy everything lah. I'll buy as much as possible so that my chance is even lower lah.
I guess that doesn't make sense.
Absolutely not. So what is my chance of rejecting if I buy 2? Work that out.
Double, I guess. What?
Why do you even learn binomial? If you don't even know that this is binomial.
Hang on, wait, let me check something.
Check as much as you want.
Let me think. So 50 batches. 50 batches, I reject one. That's
No, don't think about 50 batches. Don't. You cannot do 2 batches. You cannot do 2. You are wrong at 2. You were wrong at 2 batch. Do your 2 batch properly first, lah.
Okay.
What is the probability when it is 2 batch?
When it's 2 batch?
Yeah, not 50, 2.
Like out of 2, I reject 1, or like.
What a wonderful question. Finally. If it is out of 1, there is a chance I reject 0. There's a chance I reject 1. Correct?
Yeah.
When I buy 1, what is the chance of rejecting 0?
1 minus 0.
That good. And what's the chance of rejecting 1? 0.9 lah. So when I buy 2, there is a chance of rejecting 0
or 2.
Or 2. So work that out.
Oh, that I reject 1 or 0 or 2.
I mean, this is the first time you say these things lah, after 10 minutes of discussion lah. Like, oh yeah lah, there are 3 scenarios when I buy 2. Yep, correct. Definitely correct.
So that means 1 or 0.
1 or 0 or 2. There's a chance of rejecting 2 lah. There is a chance lah, but I think it's very minimal lah. But there is a chance of rejecting 2. That's your 0.9 square. That thing is your 0.9
Yeah,
square.
very, very low.
Yeah, so almost nothing, but okay lah. So your binom CDF, 1 includes 0 and 1, right? Includes 0 and 1. Well, fair enough, right? And yeah, you have binom CDF 0, right? So that's the scenario when I buy 2. Now I'm buying 50, right? Now there's a concept in DRV. I'm quoting DRV. You notice that DRV deals with probability, right? Whatever fancy name he has is probability. You notice that binomial deals with probability, whatever the name binomial.
Yeah.
So in the DRV, you learn a simple concept. Throughout all this differing probability, you can have a fancy thing called expected value. The mean. So instead of saying something like this, if I buy 50, what will happen? Instead of saying to me, okay, listen, boss, if it's 0, this is the probability. If it is 1, this is the probability. If it is 2, this is the probability. If it stop. You're not going to report to your boss 51 probability, correct? Not going to happen. No. Instead, what do you report?
Expected.
On average, I expect. Yeah, correct. Precisely what the question do in for example, page 4, they give you the mean of x is 4.8, right? That's what that means. What?
Yeah, I guess that's the expected value.
So why am I saying this to you if it doesn't?
I didn't think I need to use expected value here.
Well, the benefit is 5 marks lah. I don't know. I suppose that's thinking. I suppose. Does it make sense or not? What I'm saying? Practically, that's what the value of expected value is, right?
So
you're not going to report.
In a week, the expected value is that, and then after that, so that means
if the expected value, let's say randomly, give me a random expected value. I'm going to reject.
I don't know, 0.4.
Oh my goodness, you're going to reject 0.4 batches. Seriously, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna quote a slightly random number, like 2.8 batches. It's not gonna be a nice number, that. So out of 50 batches, I'm gonna reject 2.8 batches. Whether you're wrong, whether I'm wrong, doesn't matter. So my expected compensation per week is
2.8 batches. Your expected compensation will be 2.8 times 10. 2.8 times 10 times 20 plus,
what is it times 20?
just for the first 20 weeks, right?
Wonderful.
And then 2.8 times 20 times 32.
Is something.
Yeah.
And then finally, you still have to deal with 250 lah. Finally lah.
Oh,
There's a lot of layer here, right? So I don't blame that the reading comprehension is hard, but that's the layering lah.
oh,
If you practice this, you'll automatically practice other topics lah. I guess that's the upside lah. If this is exam, I suggest you skip this. So is this exam or is this learning or what? What do you want this to become?
learning, yes.
Then do whatever you wish to do lah. It's not easy, yes, I would acknowledge. Okay, oh, you did this one, Keiko. You did it.
Yeah.
Really? You did it. Oh, from the S to the R, you did it. Wait. Yeah. You want the S to be R minus 1 because you want the R to be S plus 1. Yeah. Yes. Oh, wow. Just checking, is correct, right? The answer key,
Yeah,
correct?
it's correct. This is correct.
Ah, wonderful. This is the standard method lah, or the standard thinking lah. This is quite standard to do lah, right? Okay, good, great. And then this thing and everything else, and congratulations, your first time. Your first time with the limit and everything. First. Yeah.
One of the first.
Nice, wonderful. May there be more, right? May there be more. Okay. So APGP, yeah, APGP. I like APGP. Such a long question, right? Such a long question.
But this one, I think they want us to find the sum, but I don't know n. Is there an n? Is there supposed to be an n?
I think so. Wait. A wooden fence, right? So the fence have plank, right?
Oh wait, no, I don't. It's supposed to be
in her plan, the length is the length of the plank forms a geometric progression. The length of the 10th plank is 1.5 meter. Oh, no. There is no end. It's infinity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we are assuming that the wooden fence will be infinity, as weird as it sounds. It will be lah. Because I am implying from the question. The question doesn't tell me. I'm implying. He say never exceed, ma. Well, as long as it will be, it will never be lah. Something like that.
Okay.
Yan Kim, are you okay so far?
I'm just thinking.
Of course, this is the appropriate time to think. How would you even get the expected value? It might not be that obvious. Might not be because you have 51 value to average. Crazy.
52.
50. Why is it 52?
52 weeks, right?
No, I'm still talking about the 50 batches. Why are you talking about the 50
you
weeks
meant the
already?
50 batches.
You're not thinking about that, really? Really, you're not talking about that. You haven't, because you haven't solved. You haven't solved the weekly thing, you know. You don't have the expected value of the weekly thing. You don't. Like we would guess, like 0.4, 2.8, whatever lah. That's our guess. You haven't solved that one, you know. Unless you think you don't need it, that's a different issue lah. But if you think you need it, then I'm pretty sure the expected value is not 50 times that lah. That one I can tell you lah. That one I can really tell. Oh my goodness. You learn probability for nothing, isn't it? You really do that, right? You really learn probability for nothing, right?
But I thought like expected is just NP, you know?
Wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
Uh, ah,
Feel free to continue your thinking first.
yeah, I think I will.
Right. Let me put it this way, right? Let me put it this way. Yeah, I was thinking of how to say that it is right or wrong. So let's use a simpler probability. So let's say the probability is a simple fraction, easier for us to think. Give me a simple fraction.
Simple fraction, 3/5.
Okay, the probability of rejecting a batch is 3/5, 60%.
Okay, let's just say 150.
Okay, one over. No, okay, I'll put it as 1/3. Can that's simple enough, huh? Right? So this is probability of rejecting one batch, right? So if I buy 4, my expected value is 4/3.
Yes. 4 times 1/3. Uh, uh, uh,
You are correct.
am I? I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. I mostly just use the formula. I don't think my teacher told me how they derived it. So it's, in this kind of.
Rather than stopping here, because we don't have much time, right? Feel free to use the form for value as if it is correct first, right? So you
Alright.
have this value and you, wait, do you think that you have to use the expected value or not at this stage?
I think I might because there's a more than 250 there, so it makes me think I have to use another binomial. Where in one where it's now the probability that the probability that a week is that a week has a rejected one.
I guess that makes sense if you want it that way.
I think so, right? I'll give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Keiko, okay. So wait.
I don't think this is correct. And my method, right? I have to do this again in part 2 also. So I don't think it's even my method isn't even correct in the first place.
Wait, the U1 is 2, right? The U10 is this. You can find the R, right? The R is whatever that is, right? The R seems to make a lot of sense, right?
I guess, yeah.
And then never mind the cost, I will go for the total length, the total SN length first. I will go for that just to not confuse. So I wouldn't talk about total cost, right? Oh, but you are doing SN, so you are doing SN. So just say this is the SN, right? This is the SN length. This is the gem whatever. So sorry, yeah. So this one is SN, right? I think don't aim for SN. I think aim for S infinity, lah.
I mean, I did kind of imply it here. So
Right. There is a simpler formula for S infinity. Just saying.
Oh, right. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
There's that, right? There's that. Right? Why don't you use that? Because first of all, save effort, save effort. 2 over 1 minus r, right? That's S infinity, no? I think it's better to do that. And then that is not equals to 2, most definitely not, because it doesn't seem to make sense that equals to 2. How can the total length be 2 if the starting length is already 2? Right?
This is...
Yeah, there is something wrong with the way you write Sn lah. So that's why that is the why. You wrote the formula wrongly. That's also the reason why.
What?
Yeah, the n on top is wrongly placed. Right. That is correct. The one is the format is wrongly written. Not the S infinity one, the Sn one.
Wait, oh. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And if you do that n into infinity, then you will get the S infinity formula. You see that?
Yeah.
Right, that's why. So it's not going to be equal to 2, right? So that was the mistake.
I still can't factor in the money.
You cannot find the, sorry, what?
I still can't factor in the money. I can find like the probability of how many weeks they're rejected in that time frame, right? But I can't relate it to the $250.
Okay, so let's use your number just now, right? You're basically claiming the expected value of batch rejection per week is 46%. But
Yeah.
sorry, 0.46. Sorry, 0.46. So meaning to say, I expect to reject 0.46 batch every week.
Yes.
However, it is definitely possible to not reject any batch. They're saying it is also possible to reject more than one batch, one or more. It is possible. Some weeks I will probably even reject 2 batch. But some weeks I will reject no batch at all. That's just what happened in reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
On average, each week I will reject 0.46.
Yeah.
Right. So,
so across 20 weeks. Across 20 weeks, what is the across 20 weeks, what is the probability of rejection?
No. If we follow the if we follow the expected route, then we will get an expected compensation. No, we'll get that. We'll get an expected compensation. Oh my goodness. This is normal distribution. I can calculate the mu, which is 0.46, and I can also calculate the standard deviation. I can. I can.
But
because from binomial, I can do that anyway.
Oh yeah.
So I have a proper normal distribution for each week lah. So 0.46, then the plus minus lah, which is the ST lo. So I can do that. There are formulas to do that lah. When I do that, I can see this as a normal distribution lo. Then I can now deal with the probability lo, because I don't have to just deal with the mu already. If I just deal with the mu or the expected value, I will just get the expected compensation, right? That's all I will get.
So variance of X is NP.
This is per week, right? This is per week, right? Per week lah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Keiko, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So time is up. Feel free to stay around, but I do have to attend to the other students. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So and can continue improving. If you've never seen a progression in a question like this, do know that from binomial to normal is rather normal. You can expect it to happen, if that makes sense.
Right.
Right. Okay. So that's a learning together, I suppose. Aryan and Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
Michael. Yes, Aryan. Kakak Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So Kakak Brian, same thing with Inesh. Now, do you have the access to the Google Drive? Because you have to now pick questions from there. Lah.
Wait. Oh, what?
Because I share this is from a long time ago sharing one, so I never remove you lah. So it can be, I think it's best to just go to the O-level AMAT lah, where
Wait.
you will get all the type of 3-go question, all type of 3-go question.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
What's it
All
called?
sorry, O-level AMAT.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'll try find.
So even though you will focus on the proving and the solving question, but remember there's always the triangle question, right? He will need the exercise there. So maybe focus on 3 types of questions first, the triangle one, the proving one, and the solving one. So what you're ignoring is the sketching of 3-go graph and the R formula. R formula, they don't learn.
All right.
They do learn sketching, but ignore sketching for now. Okay. If you have difficulty collecting those questions, immediately tell me, because Inesh do need the practice.
Okay.
Okay. So I see that Inesh and Kakak Brian, you are here already. So Inesh, I will put you to the breakout room together with Kakak Brian. Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Do you need another, because you have 2 Inesh usually, right?
Oh, yeah, it's joining them.
Right. Okay. So when I see it later, I'll ask you to ask that to join us. So assigning you to the breakout. Right, Noah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good, Noah, I can hear you also. So after the breakout room, I can sign. Okay. Right. So Mike, I was just briefing Michael and Aryan on our training method lah. So that's what you're catching up. We haven't done much lah. So I saved the AMAT for right now. Okay, I saved the AMAT for right now. So Michael and 3 of you, just please look at the page 3 of the Jamboard right now. Right? Okay, so breakout room. Oh yeah, Inesh one. Wait. Sign to room 1. There you go. Right, got it. Okay, so just to confirm, Noah, yesterday you say to me that your EMAT goal is A1, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you have to use them, right? So EMAT is A1, and then your AMAT goal is
A2.
A2. Am I correct? Right. Okay, so I've given everybody the expected percentage. So just to repeat, this is 91% or above, and this is currently should be assumed to be not 80. 80 is 80 too little. Fine, let's go for 80%. Right. So I'm not really sure about A2 but that's 80%. No? Now, as you can tell, Mike is aiming for this thing, and then Aryan is aiming for this kind of thing, right? Everything. So that's the percentage for everything. You're going to ignore their A1 for chemistry and physics because their calculation is different from yours. And you have to deal with your combined by yourself. You can ask me questions. But for them, there will be special training for their own physics and chemistry. Okay. So for you, you are interested in the EMAT and the AMAT also, right? Okay, so now look at page 4. Page 4, I was discussing chemistry and physics with them, so that doesn't concern you that much. Except for one thing. Like I was telling them that the section B of their chemistry and physics are basically reading comprehension. Here, I'm going to put reading comprehension.
Yeah.
And the section A is basically I would say very, to me, it's very predictable. Very predictable standard questions. The reading comprehension is never standard. How's your reading comprehension, Noah, in English? In English?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I will now expect you to use reading comprehension not in chemistry and physics. That's the expectation for them. So I will now expect you to use it in e-math.
Yeah.
So it turns out in e-math, especially in e-math paper 2, there are quite a number of cases where they are actually reading comprehension. Right? They're actually reading comprehension. Yeah. So I'm talking about e-math paper 2. Now, Michael, Noah, and Ariana. So we're talking about e-math right now, and then we go to a-math. Right? The a-math strategy is going to feel very different. So the strategy for chemistry, physics, and e-math paper 2 will feel very, very similar in some sense. Right? Kyoko, I can see you, yeah? So I'm just waiting for your video and do continue your practice. Right? Okay, yeah? So, okay, so reading comprehension. Now, Aryan, Noah, and Michael, is EM paper 2 predictable or not predictable? Tell me your opinion. Aryan.
E-math, I think like the paper that comes after is quite predictable.
Which is paper 2 lah.
Yeah, yeah.
The paper 1 is not very.
Yeah, not very.
Right. Fair enough.
But
fair enough.
But you can still predict some of the topics that come in.
Correct. Correct. Fair. So in terms of topics, I do agree they're predictable. Let's see how well we predict. Okay, might as well talk about why is it important to predict, right? But for paper 1, I agree with you that the format seems more random. That is not true, but there are special strategies for paper 1. Now, first thing I have to note to everybody in terms of predictability. I think predicting paper 2 is not a bonus. I'm not presenting this to you because I think it's nice to have, right? I'm presenting this to you because there's a very important need. Now, e-math, A1, 91%. So please tell me, your paper 2, how many mistakes can you afford? Noah?
Around 1 or 2 or 3.
No. 91%. Very simple to calculate one. 91%, 100 marks. You can afford how many mistakes? How many marks of? So?
9 marks worth.
Right. Can only afford 9 marks of mistakes. Now, better to aim lesser, right? So this is subjective to you. We are not aiming for 91 marks. That's already the wrong concept for e-math. You are supposed to aim for how many mistakes, or rather, how few mistakes. Yeah. Now, Michael, just an exercise. How many mistakes are you going to aim for in paper 2 email? Michael, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How many mistakes will you aim for paper 2? 2 marks? 2 marks of mistakes? 2 marks?
I thought you meant like mistakes.
No, marks.
Aiming for 7 marks of mistakes.
7 marks. Any other aim, Aryan and Noah? 7, 8, 6, 5, I don't know. What's your subjective goal? Aryan?
I think 6.
Okay, 6, sure. Noah?
5, and it's like only the real life context work question.
You're being very specific here, right? Okay. Maybe only at real life context. Right? Okay, that's maybe your choice. So I'll just write down that way, right? Now, 5 to 7 marks of mistakes. Have you achieved that before?
Yeah.
You have achieved that, no? Seriously, you have achieved
In a
5.
practice paper. It's a
Sorry, what?
practice.
Sorry.
Only in a practice.
Only in the practice. I'm impressed, I achieved that with some effort, as a teacher, yeah. I can only achieve that with effort, not by being absent-minded. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Even though you just did it once, I'm very impressed. If I'm absent-mindedly doing a paper 2, you know how many mistakes I usually make? People, make a guess. If I absent-mindedly do a paper 2.
10.
No, more than that.
15.
Around there. So 13 to 15 mistake is what I usually get if I absent-mindedly do paper 2, which is already at the B3 category. Just say. If I focus very well and prepare well and don't underestimate EMAT, then I will be able to reduce my mistake to around 4. But 4 is my record. I achieve better record in paper 1. I think it's easier to achieve less mistake in paper 1, but that's just me. Okay, this is my first proper warning to all of you. If you think A1 in EMAT is easy, I don't think so based on my own experience. Now, what about based on other students' experience? I already tell you this a few times. I have many students AMAT better than EMAT in terms of grade. Okay, let's be very clear about that. I've seen, oh, your AMAT is A2, your EMAT is B3. Oh, your AMAT is A1, your EMAT is B3. Oh, your AMAT is A1, your EMAT is B2. That happens rather commonly with my students. AMAT grade better than EMAT grade. Just to be very clear, why is that possible, people? Why is that happening?
Practice more for AMAF than EMAF. Then EMAF not as prepared, and AMAF is more prepared.
Still, AMAT is hard one. We don't dispute that. No matter how you prepare, it is still hard. And EMAT is still easier. Fair, right? Don't you think it's very weird that I get better grade in AMAT than in EMAT? No, if you don't find this weird, then good. I'm happy. I'm done. I like that thinking already. What do you think, Arya?
No, I don't find it weird.
All right. Noah?
Huh?
Yeah, do you find that weird?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so let me try to explain further. Even though my grade in AMAT is better than my grade in EMAT, in terms of percentage, usually the EMAT percentage is still higher. So let's say, for example, my AMAT is 80%. Maybe my EMAT is 82%. So still higher, right? I'm very well prepared for AMAT. Oh, I get 80%. I'm not as well prepared for EMAT. I get 82%. But 82% in EMAT is definitely not the same grade as 80% in EMAT. Does that make sense, no?
Yeah.
80% AMAT maybe get you A2. 82% in EMAT get you B3 or almost B4. No? Like that.
Okay.
Right? Make sense? There is another factor. There are so much more EMAT taker than AMAT takers. So much more. Do you know what do people do? People who take EMAT and not AMAT, do you know what they do?
What?
They practice EMAT only. They don't have to practice AMAT. Ta-da. So quite a lot of them will be better than you in your AMAT. Because you have to practice for AMAT. And because you cannot let go of AMAT also. Do you understand, Aryan, Mike, and Noah? To be very clear, if you want to see the world in terms of competition, I suggest not, but there are competitions. Aryan, Michael, and Noah, you're not a competitor of each other. Your real competition is those who study only EMAT and intend to do very well in it. Because they don't have to study for AMAT. Okay, Aryan, Michael, and Noah, I'm trying to impress upon you how hard is it to get A1 for both. Very hard. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you. Yankin, you're a senior here, right? You're senior by 2 years.
I guess, yeah.
What I described about AMAT and EMAT, you have experience, right? You're taking A level this year, so you took it 2 years ago. What I said, is it according to your experience also?
What, there are people that only study EMF and then they'll be better. Yeah, definitely.
And you're AMAT taker, obviously, right? Because you take H2 math, right? Was your AMAT better in grade than EMAT?
No.
What was it? What was it?
It was, I think it was was it A2? Either A2 or B3.
Your AMAT is no, your AMAT is A2. I'm pretty sure.
I know my email was A1, but that's it.
Oh, so you're quite good, huh? You're quite good.
Yeah.
Right, right. But what I said, does it still make sense in general?
Oh, definitely. Right.
So if I summarize like this, it is very difficult to get both A1.
Yeah.
You will go up and go down, or go down and go up if you don't make special efforts, basically. Right. Is that fair to say, Yankin?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you very much for your opinion. Right. So Kyoko, that's just for you. You will be taking it next year. So know that in the O level, you should not look down upon EMAT. Definitely not. Now, you probably have to, because AMAT is just so difficult. Right. Just to be clear. Yeah. So that's a fair thing to do right now. Right. So Aryan, Noah, and Michael, now is no longer the time to look down on EMAT. It doesn't mean that you have to put the same effort as EMAT. That's not what I mean. You don't look down anymore. Now, that's one basis of me wanting to train you. Right? There is another base, right? Aryan, Michael, and Noah, in your current abilities. So right now, if you take O level, I am going to predict your marks if you take O level right now. Obviously, you are not. I'm just predicting, right? Now, this is my general feel about your abilities right now. Okay, Aryan, Noah, and Michael. This may be the same as what you think of yourself. It might be different. Now, how many of you are willing to bet that your prelim is like this? Your AMAT prelim is B3 or better. Your EMAT prelim is, A2 or better. How many are willing to bet? You haven't received your results, right?
I received my email for now. That's it.
All right. All right. Wait. Before you reveal that, so have you received it, Noah and Aryan?
No.
Right. Are you willing to bet, Noah, that your EMAT and AMAT in your prelim is like this or better? What do you think?
I think I could be willing to bet probably B4 and above for EMAT.
But not B3 or above. No.
Yeah.
Your AMAT?
My AMF, yeah, B3 and above.
Right. So in total, I am still thinking of you rather highly if you use the prelim standard. Right. So if you take O level right now, this might be the result. Don't expect the O level to be easier. That means it's even harder to get A1. Just saying. Noah, are you willing to bet?
Maybe for the EMAF.
B3 or above? AMAT? No, not really. All right.
There's a slight chance before.
Right. So I am around here in maybe guessing your ability, right? Around here, around there. Right. Now, Michael, you know your EMAT mark. You don't know your AMAT, right?
Yeah.
Are you willing to bet that your prelim AMAT is B3 or above?
Willing to bet is B4 or above.
Right. So I'm still thinking of you rather highly. Hopefully you are B3 and above. Hopefully you're A2. But real life assessment lah. Now, how about your EMAF? Is it within my assessment?
EMAF is A2.
And how many percent is that A2? The percent matters. Do you have any idea how many percent?
How many percent? Oh, yeah.
Is it 80% and above? Is it 85% and above? You know, is it? I hope it's 90, but you know, finger crossed.
For paper 1 or 2 or total?
I guess in total lah. That's what matters lah.
Hold on. It's out of 180, right?
Yeah.
Let me get my calculator.
Yeah, you do that. So, Michael, Noah, and Aryan. While Michael is doing this, this is my second reason to train you, because your current ability is not there lah. It's not according to your goal. Your goal is here, A1 and A1, right? Or A2.
Wait.
I don't know.
It's not. I don't know if it's A2 to O level standard, but then I think it will be B3 in O level standard.
How many percent roughly? How many percent?
Like on the dot, 75%.
75%.
Yeah,
75% is not B3 for O level standard lah.
it's before.
Yeah, before.
No, but then I mean, excuses are excuses, but then I messed up for paper 1 because I don't know, I think I was just very tired.
True. And your EMAF was in your, I think, your lowest point. It's not it's a situation.
But
it's
like
a situation.
paper 2 I was fine and I got 87 out of 100. So I guess that proves that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's still 13 marks lah.
Yeah,
Mistake. You're aiming for 7.
7.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm saying that you're not towards your goal, not yet there.
Yeah.
Right. So look at this. In total, you are currently how many marks away from your goal? In total, you are, I think you can say 2 or 3 marks away. Correct? 2 or 3 marks away.
2 or 3 marks, yeah.
Depending on how far you are, right? So same thing with you, Noah and Aryan. If you take these 2 subjects together, it's 2 or 3 marks away. Right? Which is to say, Aryan, your goal is 5. Currently, you are 8, look. Something like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to put in the chemistry and the physics just for the sake of Aryan and Michael. Right? Noah, you have your own goals already. So your current chemistry, I think, is here, and your current physics, I think, is here. So Aryan, you're not going to use your physics, right?
Yeah.
So in total, you are 5 marks away, look, from your goal, something like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
For you, Michael, in total, I think you are another 3 marks away. So, you know, maybe we'll say you're 6 marks away from your goal. Make sense? Considering these 4 subjects. Right? So Noah, 2.5 marks away. Aryan, maybe 5 marks away. Right, sorry, 5, is it 5? 4.5 marks away, let's say. And then Michael, you are around 6 marks away from your goal, considering all this. So 6 marks, whether 6 marks or 2 marks, that is the benefit that I'm aiming for all the training that we're going to do. Right? So when I ask, okay, let's do this and let's do that, I have these 2 marks to this 6 marks in my mind, because I think this is where you are and this is where your goal is. I'm trying to address the lack of marks, the lack of abilities, the lack of skill here, which is amounting to 6 marks or 2 marks, depending on your subject combination. Okay, that's the word, right? That's the benefit that we're chasing for. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Now, you will decide after experiencing what I'm asking you to do, whether is it worth or not, the 2 marks, the 3 marks, the 4 marks, the 6 marks, right? I obviously think it's worth it, but you have to decide for yourself. Now, for the EMAT training.
Sorry to interrupt. I finished the question. I'm just gonna.
For the real life context. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'll feel free to. I'll see you.
Finish question. I'm just gonna go now. All right. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Bye bye.
Yes, please. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Testing, Kyoko, can you hear me? Sorry, Kyoko, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I think because it's lagging. Okay, so okay. Now, real life context, how many marks, Michael?
Real life
For paper two.
context.
Yeah.
Sorry, which one is the real life context one? It's the long one, right? With the list thing, or which one is the real life context
Right.
one?
One that you did long. And it is non-standard. It is totally non-standard. Okay. So
Okay.
in total, how many marks? Okay, maybe Noah has more idea. How
Isn't
many
it
marks is
that
that?
10? It's 10.
Around 10 plus.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. I
Like
don't think so.
12.
Noah, how many marks?
12.
Huh, really? Yeah, it's 10. Huh, wait, what?
It's not like a crazy amount. It's like 10 or 12.
Yeah. 10. 10
Actually, I
plus,
think it's less. Sorry, Aryan, what do you think? Actually, I think it's less. I'm going to check one more time. Yeah, I'm going to check one more time. I'm just going to check to make sure. Because I thought it's only 7. I might be wrong. Hopefully I'm correct. Actually, like, real life context. Real life context is, oh, it is 10. Check one more time. Sometimes 11. Right. Right now. Right. 10, 12. Oh, that makes the training even more important then, doesn't it? I thought it was 7 marks. Now, real life context is not reliable. You can get full marks, but more likely you will make quite some mistakes here. So at the start, we're going to make some decision here. You're going to limit the marks, you're going to make mistakes here. So Noah, you've already made that decision, right? You're going to limit this for the mistake for how many marks?
6, 7.
No. For the real life context.
5, 6.
No, make a 5. Put a 5.
Okay.
5 or 6? 5
5.
marks. That means you only left 2 marks to make mistake elsewhere. That's already crazy enough, but that's what's happening here, right? That's what's happening here. Right, so this is Noah. So no matter what you decide, Aryan and Michael, it will either make your life easier in the real life context or harder outside it. Either one, because if you think your real life context can handle more mistake, that means your other topic must be less. And there's a lot of topic out there. Right? So at this stage, we're just going to make a decision here. So Michael, make a decision. Your maximum mistake for real life context is how many marks?
0.
Same thing. You want to get full marks for the real life context.
Real life context just takes reading on, and then like that's kind of it, I guess.
You
But
are
then
not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's a bit like tedious, so you have to look for all the details, man. Like
Precisely. Reading comprehension. Precisely. Yes, correct. Just like section B, just like English. Can I persuade you to at least put it as 1 mark? It's not easy to get perfect.
oh, then I'll put it as 2.
Okay, 2, right, 2, right, fine. Right. You have some knowledge of yourself, so okay, I'll support. Now you, Aryan. The maximum mistake you will make in real life context.
Probably 5.
5 marks. So what is left for the rest? This one I want to focus on. So you're left with 2 marks for the rest. That's crazy in itself, right?
Yeah.
You're left for 2 marks for the rest, and you're left 5 marks, Mike, for the rest. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. You can adjust as we trade, but this 2, no matter how you look at it, is crazy difficult. Right? Again, I want to impress you upon that. And hopefully the training addresses such difficulty. If the training does not, then for what lah? Right? So that's it. Now, there are some other topics in paper 2, among the left topics, which are, I think, reading comprehension, right? So I'll put them down first line, right? Those are, strangely enough, sorry. Here, matrix. If you would agree with me, matrix is reading comprehension. My goodness.
Well, not as much as the real life context.
Totally agree. But matrix is reading comprehension still, right? Still.
Yeah.
Right. What else is considered reading comprehension? Meaning you have to understand the question a lot before you can even attempt.
In EMAF.
In EMAT paper 2 only. Think about it for a while. I'll expect one topic from each. So Kyoko, you have a question.
Yeah. I'm like stuck for mobility.
Okay, we're lagging. We're lagging. Sorry, we're lagging. Lagging.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sorry, definitely lagging. Sorry, definitely lagging.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Definitely lagging. Sorry about this. Definitely lagging. Okay, Aryan, Michael, and Noah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aryan, Michael, Noah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right, I think because we're lagging. Okay, test 1, 2, 3. Respond, please.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Test 1, 2, 3. Respond, please.
Hello.
I think we're absolutely lagging. All right. So, Michael, can you hear me? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
All right. I think it's better. Right. So just testing. Kyoko, I lost your video, but I think we cannot use the video right now. So could you please put it in the Jamboard instead? Probably easier. But I think the connection is being disturbed.
Can you hear me?
Now, Michael, Noah, what other topics require us to read quite a lot?
The speed one.
That means Kyoko using the iPad. Oh dear, this is too laggy. I'm sorry, this is too laggy. This is very laggy. It's very laggy. Testing. Are we back?
Hello?
Back? Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Are we back?
Hello.
Hello. Are we back?